way to get to the number 7 qualifier. Friday night, smoked the tires both runs. Saturday made a good run in Q3. Run got thrown out. The body wasn't latched correctly on the front of the car. They have a replacement crew member this weekend. Their normal person who puts the body down got hurt, broke a collarbone. So hard to lift a funny car body and latch it. And just a mistake, right? They learned from it. They came out here in Q4 and Jason Bunker had that car dialed up. So Cruz and Hagen. But here's the fun one, Joe. Yes. For the first time in their career, Nitro Funny Car, what do we got?
Went down and spoke with the teams, Hunter Green, Chad Green, father, son. So all the fathers and sons that came out to the races together, you guys can pick sides and have a little fun with this one. I spoke with Chad's guys, they're going after Hunter's guys and vice versa. This is why they are both in Funny Car for this moment. Of course, they would prefer to be in a final round the first time, but they don't get to decide those kind of things. And in this case, Hunter Green has had the more consistent race car throughout qualifying.
Planetary odds makers favor Hunter Green by quite a bit in that round number 1 matchup, but that's probably not surprising based on what we saw in qualifying. And Alexis DeJoria and Spencer Hyde, the final round number 1 matchup in Nitro Funny Car. All right, Joe, let's move into top field because 340 has been the number we've talked about now for the better part of 2 months, and Brittany Force did not disappoint again yesterday, but Doug Coletta was the one who stole the show with that 365.
Speed doesn't win you races. We've heard it a lot. Now that there's been a performance barrage in the speed department, we've learned the lesson once again. Elapsed time is what wins races. And Alan Johnson and Doug Coletta got that figured out. They got solid throughout qualifying. Brittany 340 is entertaining. Everybody loves the long ball, as they say, but they're going to have to continue to work on their elapsed times if they're going to win this race.
So the planetary odds here in top field coming into the weekend, and Doug Coletta is the favorite coming off the Sonoma win. Remember, he had a great car in Seattle as well. It was Langdon who won the race, but Doug went to the finals there as well. Justin Ashley and Tony Stewart up there in the number 3 and 4 spot. But top fuel has been the class with the most parity so far this year in NHRA.
It's been so hard to handicap. Doug Coletta, the plus 275, Brittany, it also has the fan base behind her.
Yes.
That's part of this Play NHRA initiative. There are a lot of people that maybe will sign on and just place a wager. They might go with Brittany because she's getting all the headlines. Justin Ashley, plus 600. He's a lever, the starting line. Consistency, they haven't shown it just yet. They did win back-to-back races, but they would love to slide into a spot where they can, the car will do what they're telling it to do. And then there's Tony Stewart, our NASCAR Hall of Fame.
It's interesting to me that amongst the top 4 favorites in top field today, the points leader is not listed. And that is Sean Langdon, who races the reigning world champion, Antron Brown, in the Titanic round number 1 matchup. All right, let's show you that number 1 run here from qualifying by Doug Coletta. And it was a Titanic run in the semifinals of the Too Fast, Too Tasty Challenge for Mission Foods yesterday. Doug on the left side in that Mac Tools Toyota out of the Coletta Motorsports Cam, 365.5, yeah, I had it right, at 339 miles per hour for Doug Coletta. His 7th number 1 of the season. This has been the quickest car in qualifying all year.
Alan Johnson going to the semifinals in Sonoma. I did a quick interview with him, and he was so intense and fired up. He knows they've had a car that is capable of winning races. They just hadn't punched into that point. So he's fired up about going to the final round. He went to the final round and they won it, and now they back it up with another.
Well, the final Mission Foods race didn't go Doug Coletta's way, but the potential of this car and the performance of it is undeniable. That's why you're wearing the yellow hat, number 1 qualifier, another 360 run for you. I know you can erase that throwaway reaction time heading into tomorrow. How good does it feel to have a car that can perform at this level?
Yeah, no, it's been quite a ride. Alan and Mac and all these Mac Tools Toyota guys are really got it running good. So yeah, I'm just trying to do my best, and you know, I just on occasion, I guess I'm human or whatever, but it wasn't, you know, obviously what we were hoping for that. But yeah, real proud of my guys, and we're going to tomorrow and see if we can get the win.
So Doug Coletta had a great weekend in qualifying in round number 1 of eliminations. He will face Terry Totten as we take a look inside the Monster Energy Drink Chevrolet pits of Brittany Force and the Peak Cam. That is Brittany's team right now making the final kind of inspections on the back of that race car so they get ready for round number 1. Doug gets Terry Totten in round number 1. Terry Totten, who only made 1 qualifying attempt, and even that one was adventurous, to say the least, yesterday to get the car up here. And that's a key round for Doug Coletta, Joe, because the winner of that round earns a bye in round 2 with 14 top fuel cars here this weekend. And Doug Coletta is not out of it yet when it comes to the regular season championship. And knowing his teammate Sean Langdon races Antron Brown in round number 1, He's one Antron Brown win light and a big day here from being in the mix along with Justin Ashley and Tony Stewart for that $150,000.
They are a great team. They're a world championship team. They finished in the top 2 the past couple of years. Runs like this, these first 2 runs, you got to get around Terry Totten. They are not the kind of team that would ever look past Terry Totten. They've had that experience in the past. They know what it's like. So I look for Doug Coletta to lock it down in the first round. Billy Torrance and Ida Zetterstrom. That one is a lot of fun. Mirroring Ida's first appearance in the NHRA 1 year ago, she ran Steve Torrance in a capital car first round, and Ida came out on top. We'll see if Billy can get the job done. Tony Stewart and Josh Hart. These two have battled each other in the first round of racing all year long. It's gone one way, it's gone the other way, but getting to crunch time, Tony Stewart has got lane choice.
On the other side of the ladder, we'll see 4 pairs of top field dragsters and Brittany Force out of the number 2 spot. Races Will Smith driving Luigi Novelli's machine this weekend, and the Titanic round 1 matchup in top fuel is Antron, the reigning world champion, and Sean Langdon, the points leader. One of those cars is going to go home early, and the other one is going to be poised to make a big move in points.
Just the difference between being number 1 and number 2. You're number 1, you get the slowest qualifier, you get a bye run in the second round. If you're Brittany Force, you're number 2. If you advance, you get the winner of Antron and Sean Langdon.
Right, yeah. As we take a look down, this is a fun matchup too, right? The 312 spot. Jordan Vandergriffen has returned to top field for the first time since 2019, made the second quickest run of his career, the fastest run of his career yesterday, qualifies number 3, driving Sean Reed's machine, earning points for Sean Reed this weekend, against NHRA rookie and debutant Kyle Satinstein, driving the Leverage family car, and that car's made its best runs ever here this weekend.
Absolutely. Kyle Satinstein, I met this young man on the top end of the racetrack on Friday. He has got a swagger and a confidence. He comes out of grudge racing. He comes out of drag radio style racing, and he has got this confidence about him. It's really amazing. Of course, we all know Jordan Vandergriffen. He's been here before. He's been working at NHRA on Fox. We were going to feature a pair in Top Fuel. It was going to be these guys because it's fresh faces and it's the future of NHRA drag racing.
And remember, Jordan Vandergriffen, when he was in competition, his worst reaction time, his entire rookie season, which was 2019 when he ran half the races, went to a final in Dallas, was an 085 reaction time. I mean, so when Jordan Vandergriffen has been put into a car in competition, he has been phenomenal. See how it goes now. They've been looking at Justin Ashley. That's fun as well. It's a rematch of the final round in Norwalk. Bringing Justin Ashley. So let's take a look at the Red Line Oil crew in the near standings before we send you out trackside. Fire off pre-race ceremonies here. Doug Coletta's team leading the way in top fuel, and Austin Brock's team leading the way in the funny car. The great thing about the crew of the year standings here, Joe, our friends at Red Line Oil jump behind it, is it rewards the crew chiefs and the mechanics on these vehicles for consistency and performance. Not just in qualifying, not just on race day, but run to run.
This is something that as the year goes on, the crew guys want to know about it. There needs to be more, other than winning the Wally,
I got a like.
a celebration of their efforts. And so Red Line Oil coming on board, Coletta leading the way in top fuel.
Well, that was fun.
There you go. There you go.
Exciting, exciting. You didn't get to off the track, you did get pair by pair right now from all the eliminations. So all the folks out there, you're getting closer. I'm about to head down to the starting line for our invitation national anthem. We're going to fire Nitro Cars 24,000 horsepower after 2 weeks in Brainerd, Minnesota, with finally a little Nitro elimination.
Great Luke Soul divisional last weekend, and now today the culmination of 2 weeks of incredible NHRA track racing here at PIR. 43rd Lucas Oil Nationals coming up here in just a few moments. We're going to send Joe down trackside right now. Look, we know we got any race fans that come to every NHRA event. Happens at every single weekend that we're on tour out here across our 20 Mission Food Series races. So if you're curious, what am I in store for? I just heard about all these great names and all these awesome runs and history and 340 miles per hour. Playing NHRA odds, but what am I actually about to watch? Our very own Hannah Rick has put together this amazing race day review. Give you an idea of what you're in tune for.
Hi NHRA fans, welcome to NHRA 101, race day on Sunday. When racers in the NHRA Mission Cruise Drag Racing Series take to the track in a single elimination battle royale to see who has the best machine in each category. The driver with the lowest ET is the number 1 qualifier and will face the driver in the number 16 spot in eliminations. The number 2 faces the 15, and number 3 faces the 14, and so on down the ladder. The higher qualified machine gets lane choice in the first round, and after that, the quicker ET from the previous round picks the lane going forward. quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. If the driver wins all 4 rounds, they go home with the win. Running order of each round is determined by performance on race day. The number 1 qualifier can choose to go first, or last, or anywhere in the middle. After number 1 picks their spot, number 2 chooses their option, and so on down the line. Number 8 gets the last spot left. But in round 2, the lowest DT from round 1 gets to choose first. Sometimes you want to attack first. Sometimes you want to see another car or 2 run to evaluate track conditions. Between rounds, come on down to the midway and the pits. When every ticket is a pit pass, you can get up from a favorite driver. But keep an eye out. The crews are on the clock. With total teardowns between rounds, tight turnaround times can mean not a lot of time for socializing with a Wally on the line. Love race day? We love seeing your face. Look for the race schedule posted around the track or go on to NHRA.com to find the next event. Thanks for joining us. This has been your Race Day 101. See you at the track.
And a thank you to Hannah Rickers for putting that together. All right, race fans, we're ready to go here for the 43rd annual Lucas Oil Nationals at Brainerd International Raceway. Staging lanes are full of top fuel dragsters and nitro funny cars. We're going to send it down trackside. Joe Costello to kick us off here on Sunday morning.
Thank you very much, Jason Galvin. Ladies and gentlemen, here at Brainerd, we ask you to please rise for the presentation of colors by the Minnesota Guard. And now, with today's pre-race invocation from Racers for Christ, Chaplain Eddie Boyer.
Thank you, Joe. Would you all join me in prayer, please? Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we just thank you so much for this weekend that we have had here in Brainerd. God, I thank you for all the wonderful fans that come out here and support us. I thank you for all the people that make this possible, for all the people here at the track, for all of our sponsors. And God, we just thank you for this beautiful day. As we get ready to fire up these cars and go racing, we just want to remember all the ones that make this possible for our country, for the freedoms we have, and for the ones that continue to serve to keep us free. God, be with all of our men and women that serve, whether here or overseas. Be with them wherever they may be. Keep them safe as they watch over and keep us safe. And for the ones that have paid the ultimate price, may we never forget their sacrifice. And God, we just want to pray for a safe day of competition. We want to pray that we have great racing, and we just want to pray that we have great weather throughout this day. So just watch over us, help us enjoy it, and it's in Jesus' name I pray, amen.
If you haven't done so already, we ask you to please remove your headgear. Here to perform both the Star Spangled Banner and the anthem of our brothers and sisters to the north, from Racers for Christ, Wendy Clausen.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Race fans, it's time to learn some Nico!
I want to know what the song's called. I want to know what that song's
And with
called.
that, we fire up 24,000 plus horsepower in round number 1 of Michigan's Top Fuel Eliminator here at the 43rd Annual Lucas Oil Nationals with Sean Langdon and Antron Brown rolling forward for the Burnouts. Bringing to the broadcast booth here alongside Courtney Enders, Jason Galvin. The Burnouts here with Sean, and here comes Antron Brown. Fox on the top end as well, and what a round number 1 matchup this year is, Courtney. As we look at Sean Langdon and Antron Brown, of course, 5 top fuel Langdon's the points leader. The Pep Performance Facts tell us this should be the best conditions that we have all week. 65 degrees, 78 degrees, track temperature that will rise throughout the day. Grip is great right now. The humidity is really down from where it's been all weekend. This is throw down as good as it gets to start the day.
This is Brainerd. This is absolutely the Brainerd weather. Friday was a bit tricky, but what's interesting about this matchup here to me is these are 2 championship caliber cars, and we are looking right in that just summarizes top 40.
No question about that. The 63rd time that Antron Brown and Sean Langdon have squared off in competition. Antron Brown holds a slight edge in that battle by 8 rounds. Matco Tools, Lucas Oil Machine on the left for AB. The Coletta Air Careers, points leader on the right for Sean Langdon. Here we go, the Lucas Oil Nationals underway. 334 miles per hour into round number 2 here in top fuel. Sean Langdon. And it's Sean Langdon who fires the opening strike here in top fuel. The points leader trying to work towards that $150,000 regular season championship. Had to have that round, knowing how the rest of the ladder could potentially shake out here at Brainerd. And he does so out of the number 8 qualifying position in the Lucas Oil lane. Sean Langdon takes Coletta Air into round number 2. Joe.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're down here on the starting line with Christy Copham, who has taken over this track and done such tremendous things with it to build this event. And we just want to make sure that everybody in this place understands that it's because Christy and her family and their just tremendous effort have put together 2 excellent weekends of drag racing, and we thank you. We want to give you an opportunity to say something to your crowd and your people.
Well, first off, thanks to NHRA and all the fans for being out and continuing this event. To our staff, already been Jed's birthday, so 20 years we've been standing here, and just want to thank everybody for the opportunity.
We thank you for your effort. We appreciate the emotion. That's what this sport is about, bringing people closer together. And we thank you for your effort of the entire family. Ladies and gentlemen, Christy Copham. They have done so much to keep this track going and alive. And we thank you all for supporting this facility.
Thank you,
Is that the
Christy.
owner? Is that the owner of the
Thank you,
track?
Aiden. Thank you to the Coffin family. What an incredible facility we have here at Brainerd International Raceway. Sean Langdon climbs out of his top fuel machine, and Clay Milliken and Justin Ashley
He must be red.
rumble to life. The Parts Plus Rick Whitney, Toyota, the folks at Kato, Mobile One and Mac Tools, Justin Ashley. Number 6 and 9 qualifiers here is Clay Milliken. Out of the number 6 qualifying position, Tim Overhopper, and Rick Ware Racing Team. That was a consistent car in qualifying for the multiple trips into the 370. Justin Ashley made just one run, 375 8, and made it the number 9 qualifier that has him in his number 9 spot. Otherwise, never got the car past 330 foot underpowered. So if you're Justin Ashley here, you're going to do what Justin Ashley does. You're going to come up here, you're going to try to chop the tree down. He's only been left on twice all year. The car's got to go in.
Yeah, it does. And Joe and I talked about this up here yesterday. That team over there, obviously we saw the struggles, but come racing, we've seen this story before. Sometimes that absolutely doesn't matter. Having that one run that did get them the data that they needed. But you said it, they had both consistent race cars.
This was the final round in Norwalk. 3 races back, Clay had the better car. Justin Ashley won it on a hole shot. Final round of 369, 330 miles per hour. And I got to tell you something. Clay Milliken, Jim Oberhofer, and that team, your driver was just 0.47 on the tree with Justin Ashley in the other lane.
Yeah, very happy. Obviously, that was something we were looking for the last 2 days. But, you know, Brian and Coletta boys, they're a smart group. So I always say they'll eventually get it figured out, and they got it figured out right there. We've got a tough side of the ladder, so today's a big day, obviously. But we're looking forward to it. We're up for the challenge.
J-Lo got us all pumped up and then cut it out.
That was a good song.
Burnouts, at least. Tony Stewart and Josh Hart. Josh Hart, the R&L carrier machine over the right side of the track. Protect that Bernie's PH Davies Racing, and Tony Stewart, the American Rebel Light Dodge GSR Nitro folks on the left side of the track. Smoke, the number 5 qualifier. Josh Hart out of the number 10 qualifying position. And these two just can't seem to get away from each other in round number 1.
And what an awesome weekend this weekend for American Rebel Light. Well, Tony's on the track, gotta give that credit. From the racetrack to the zoo to the pits, everywhere. I don't think I've seen more beer cans that are running in my
So the Nitro Fun Car bringing us just over $2,000 bonus in the pro stock as well. As we keep an eye on the starting line here. This battle, Josh Hart and Tony Stewart. Josh Hart, who has been on his game for the last couple of races, up on the starting line. And that race car has started around into form. Tony Stewart knows Sean Langdon has already moved on and needs to keep pace. 3 at 328 miles per hour. Josh Hart was 40 on the tree to lead first. The car goes 378, 328 miles per hour, and Smoke keeps pace with Sean Langdon. 1 and 2 in points are both out around 1, Joe.
Here we go, Sean. Championship season starting a little early with that regular season championship. You needed that to keep pace, and you got it.
Yeah, no, that's super exciting. Love that we're racing for something going hand to hand. This is the moments that we strive for. Obviously, Sean did his job first round. We thought that was going to run a little bit better, but got the win line. We'll take it.
That lady likes him.
Another look at the plane and Cherry American Rebel Light replay here this weekend, and you see Tony Stewart car. Look at them both dance around. You can see some of the humidity in the air with the contrails off the wings as well. It's a great shot with Tony Stewart and Josh Hart both coming at you at 328 miles per hour. Credit to Josh Hart's team. They gave him a race car that could run with Tony Stewart. Tony Stewart's 373, just a little bit too much as Josh was 40 up front to get off the line first and unable to hang on. American Rebel Light heads to round number 2, and Tony Stewart keeps pace with Sean Langdon in the championship hunt. Came into today effectively 2 races. Here comes the matchup we've all been waiting to see in top field. That is Kyle Saxton in his debut driving the Leverage family machine, and this is the return of Jordan Vandergrift. Trucking and excavating, Redline Oil, Star Racing Belt, Intro Machine. Jordan Vandergrift from NHRA on Fox has not sat in a top fuel car on Sunday in elimination since the World Finals in 2019. He got to round number 2.
Equally as cool as Jordan being back behind the wheel is what we saw yesterday about Sean Lee and the whole team having the different perspective that Sean does. He's always fun in games. He's so happy to lucky. He's so warming to see him get so emotional to be able to watch this team succeed. They had a great qualifying day yesterday. Big boom in Q1, but got it figured out after that. And I talked to Jordan this morning, and he's feeling comfortable. He's feeling good, and he's ready to go.
Meanwhile, the new Cat the Dog's World machine, that is a meme coin on the coin exchange for the crypto. Kyle Saxton out of New York, driving the Leverage family car. This is his top field debut in NHRA competition. He gets Vandergrift in round 1. One up down there, but gets the win. 377 at 283 miles per hour. Tip of the hat to the Leverage family. 385-1, 316, the quickest and fastest run that car's made, and their driver left first with an 054 reaction time. Gave Jordan Vandergrift all he could handle. Vandergrift levels the supercharger, going through the lights and goes 377 at 283 miles per hour, but Jordan Vandergrift gets a win light in his return to top fuel. On board with Jordan Vandergrift. This is what we like to call the rapid dissipation of cubic dollars.
What a shot.
That wasn't cheap.
And you can see it on Sean Reed's face as he walked away. Happy with the win, but that's a lot of work right there.
The good news is it looked like it was just the supercharger. The bad news is carbon fiber is not cheap, and the other bad news here is if you look at the Goodyear tires, how much grip is out there right now, and that car going quiet early, it certainly looks like they have at least pulled that apart a little bit. These tires can have a tendency, and it's a good shot there, to chunk some pieces up. It's not a safety concern, but if the car goes quiet early on a day like today, right, where it's really cool and there's a lot of grip out there, it can start to kind of peel some pieces off on deceleration, and then you've basically gone through a set of Goodyear tires. So that team's going to have some work to do as Jordan tries to kind of get himself unbuckled and get comfortable. He'll go to round number 2, and we're going to go to the top end with Bruno Massel.
Well, Tony Stewart analyzes that ET slip, and you are very cognizant of points as we end out the regular season. Huge for you to try and get that number 1 going into the countdown of the championship. That round, big for you and this team. How did the performance numbers stack up?
Yeah, I don't know what Neil was shooting for there, but I mean, we needed to get down the racetrack. We had a good solid run, so I'm very happy with that. And the light was reasonable, so off to a good start today. But the good thing is it gives us a bye into the second round and get us to the semis. So definitely just trying to chip away at Sean, man. I mean, but you got to give him and his team credit. I mean, you back those guys in the corner and they come out swinging. So get this American Rebel light beer car, just keep going rounds here. Try to back him in a corner again.
Love felt the difference in the vibe when you hear that from Tony Stewart as we talk about the regular season champion, because normally we're not talking about championship battles quite yet, but it has just added a whole nother level of excitement and drama to this season.
Speaking of excitement and drama, here comes Terry Totten being pulled between the cars up to the starting line. This is a similar feeling to yesterday when Terry's team had to scramble to get up here for Q4, the only run they attempted to make, and then didn't have a battery that was charged, or had a battery failure at least on the starter, and had to borrow one just to make the run. There's a great look at the supercharger, which has been leveled.
Lack thereof.
Right, what is left of it, I guess, on top of Sean Reed's machine.
What do you look like?
Jordan Vandergriff is piloting this week. So good news is they're going around. Bad news is they've got some work to do. And the better news is we're going to hear a very important announcement right now from Joe Costello.
Oh, that's right. Ladies and gentlemen, here at BIR, those of you who have served our great nation, we ask you to please rise and be recognized. Police officers, firefighters, active duty military, and veterans, please rise and be recognized. First responders of every kind, thank you so much for your service. And I would like to include Steve and Barb Felt, who are firefighters and military, 32 years who work right here at BIR. Please rise and be recognized. On behalf of the National Hot Rod Association, we thank you for your service to our great nation, and we would like to offer you this challenge coin as a small token of our appreciation. It is brought to you by the NHRA and our friends at GovX. It is available at the NHRA stage. After this round, go by, tell them you served, and they will give this challenge coin directly to you. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for your service.
And as a reminder, you can pick these coins up right next to the Mission Foods display out on the Midway. We've got the NHRA stage there all weekend. We've moved it up here on the starting line, but we will be giving the coins away right next to the Mission Foods display, which I can literally see from here in the tower, so you should all be able to find it as well. It's right out the back of the grandstands next to the shirt shack here at BIR. Doug Coletta's car is ready, and Terry Totten's is not. Again, they are continuing to work frantically over there, trying to get an Alco machine plugged in, get Terry Totten buckled in. Doug Coletta's team patiently waits up here on the starting line.
All right, Jason, they're pulling forward. They think they got it figured out.
There you go, well.
Ah. Bye bye blower.
Do you need a pair of ears?
There's a number of people down there helping. Members of the Leverage team jumping in. Todd Bruce has been down there, the alcohol dragster driver helping out along with Terry Totten and that team. Made the tow up here from Nebraska to be part of the Lucas Oil Nationals, and that car fires right up. Team, we're going to patiently wait. In fact, Alan Johnson is still making clutch flow adjustments while Terry Totten is rolling into the water. Throttle's on over. Just shut the blades. Now the question is, will it go into reverse? That is right away. Meanwhile, Doug Coletta's team still hasn't spun the motor. Here they come. Number one qualifier, Doug Coletta, and his Mac Tools sound gear. Sealmaster Dayco Superior Toyota. trying to get the idle under control on Terry Totten's machine over there. Meanwhile, Doug quickly coming back from the burnout here. Led with a much shorter routine. They hold Terry in place. Terry Totten, a veteran of this sport. Dropped the 2023 world champion here in round number 1. Look at Alan Johnson. Third time these two have squared off in competition. Doug is 2-0. If he wants to win the regular season championship, he must win this round. Trip to the semis on the line. 372 and 337 miles per hour. Boy, Alan Johnson reached in there, and the knobs he was turning was certainly not to speed that car up. I do believe Alan Johnson said, we just need to get out of round number 1, go down the racetrack, make a clean run, and punch our ticket into the semifinals. He does just that.
You said it, Jason. Terry Totten obviously dug ahead right there, but stays with him because, as we've seen in many situations, things can happen down track, but Doug Coletta just consistently continues to get it done.
Coletta, 77 on the tree, never looked back, 372.1, 337 miles per hour. He didn't need to worry about lane choice in round 2 because he will have no opponent of a bye run in the semifinals when Top Fuel returns. Let's hear from a pair of NHRA on Fox superstars.
So Jordan Vandergriff gets his first Top Fuel round victory in nearly a half a decade, buddy. How feels good to get that monkey off your back?
You know, it feels great to get the win, but it does not feel good to blow it up again. I don't know. It felt fine all the way until right before the finish line. I felt the pop kind of hit my back a little bit, and I didn't feel anything right before that. Maybe it just expired, but don't want to do that again. We already hurt one this weekend. But the most important thing, we got a round win. So I get to race some more this weekend, Bruno.
Yes, he does. He gets to race Clay Milligan in round number 2. Clay is going to pick his lane in that matchup. So we have 2 pairs of Top Fuel dragsters left up here at the starting line, and we will set the rest of the ladder for round number 2. Here comes the fastest racer in the world. Smith driving Luigi Novelli's National Machine Repair Top Fuel car. Get some help from folks at Redline Oil and SSI Superchargers, Brittany Force, for Monster Energy, Ram Ray Hall Performance, HenderCars.com. Here comes the Chevrolet. It was 340.8. That was the miles per hour that came up on the board in qualifying session number 3 yesterday afternoon. International race where you could reset the track speed record. And Brittany Force has now made 9 340 mile per hour runs this year. The only other driver in Top Fuel history to do so, Doug Coletta. We now have completely reset the top 10 speed runs in Top Fuel history, Courtney, in the better part of the last 6 events. We went from 338 to all of them being 340 plus here in Top Fuel.
Seems such a jump like that, just as a fan of the sport, too, the amount of actual miles per hour that we've seen jump in such a short amount of time. But it's also been really incredible to see her every track we go to. Not everyone, most of the tracks we go to, the fans get to see new records being set. So she's going on this like record-setting tour, but she's made it very clear. That's cool. It's easy on race day.
We are at the home of the ET record and Nitro Funny car. At the advent of the laid-back header era. This is the advent of the air deflectorless era. Let's see what Brittany Force can do against Will Smith in round 1. 338, and another nice smart run out of that monster team over there. David Grubnick and John Collins make the car go down the racetrack, make a clean run, and make Will Smith beat us. And Brittany Force heads to round number 2. An 0.67 reaction time as well. Brittany was on her game here this morning. Will Smith was 61. Did a great job. Shook car off a little bit early down there, did Will, when he saw the monster car start to pull away at half track. In fact, you saw some cylinders go out for Will as well as the car maybe started to spin. But at 369, 338 miles per hour, Brittany Force will pick her, I'm sorry, she will not pick her lane. She will have to give up lane choice to Sean Langdon in round number 2. So Brittany and Sean, round 2, huge points implications, and Sean Langdon by 9 thousandths of a second will pick his lane over Brittany. It helps when you don't have chicken scratch for riding when it comes to figuring out who has lane choice in round number 2. Langdon over Brittany as far as lane choice goes in round number 2. One pair left.
I like that you said that, Gavin. You said a nice, smart run there, because obviously, they didn't get quick enough to get lane choice over Sean Langdon. But as we just talked about with the previous pass with Coletta, you've got to get there first, and these teams are making it honest.
So I talked to David Grumnick yesterday on the starting line because that team has had some issues with the hand pressure automatic shutoff system triggering and shutting the car off. Not because the system, had a hiccup in it, but because there was legitimately some mechanical issues. It wasn't tune-up related, but there was some stuff that they found. David, I think rightfully so, didn't want to elaborate on it too much, and I certainly understand that, but I thought it was nice enough for him to tell me, listen, Jason, here's what we found, that there was something. And it cost them in round 1 at Sonoma, and that's not the first time that it's hurt them this year. She was out on Sean Langdon in round 1 at Sonoma, pulling away from Sean Langdon half track, and the car went silent, and Langdon drove around in round number 1. And so for as much as that team, you read the internet, gets criticized about it should be winning races, and this gremlin has been fighting them. But they believe they found it, and they're confident that they have a part of win races. WillyG-3 is returned top fuel. The Casco machine out of Kilgore, Texas, driving the Steve's machine here this weekend. So Casco and Bobby Buchanan, the team down there working on that machine. I understand Steve's is back behind the wheel. Former quality tour U.S. Nationals to Indianapolis. Facing off against Ida Zetterstrom's JCM Racing Machine. Folks at BP Race Field celebrating 50 years here this season. And Dodge, and for Ida Zetterstrom, 2023 FIA European Top Fuel Champion, racing Billy Torrance at the track where she made her NHRA debut last season, and raced Steve Torrance. Oh, by the way, Ida Zetterstrom turned on a win right there. She went all the way to the semifinals in her Top Fuel debut here in 2024 at Brainerd. She loves this track, has fond memories of it, and is hoping for a long day here as well. Those 370 at 335 miles per hour. I tell you what, the Capco boys will not open up the window at all there. Torrance left first by 0.005 of a second and drives away as Ida drives into tire shake early on that run. 3.70.